In this lesson, we're going to continue getting to know the construction industry. The learning objectives for these lessons are to describe the different roles of the various participants in the construction process and learn about the career opportunities within the construction industry. We're going to talk about the primary players in the construction projects and how they work together. We're going to focus on these primary players, which are the owners, design professionals, and construction professionals. And we're going to finish talking about the secondary players. Owners are the driving force behind the construction industry. They are typically the ones that have the idea or they have the need to start the building process. Basically, there are two types of owners. First, we have public owners, which are typically government agencies that push a project for the specific needs of the community, local government, state government, and so on. And these might include projects in the heavy civil construction or maybe on the environmental construction. And on the other side, we have private owners, where those projects have a more specific objective in terms of maybe the needs or services that the private owner has, and that mostly include housing is one of them, but also industrial and commercial projects. Owners are involved in all stages of project development. And they have different duties along the way. They are the ones that have to develop the project and align the needs and requirements of the end user, and determine the quantity, extent, and character of the project by defining the scope of work, creating the overall budget for the project, including land acquisition, development, design, and construction costs. And when that project is in the building stage, they have to provide the funding for the project and making periodic payments to the designer and the contractor. And then we have the design professionals, and here we are identifying two types of professionals that are engaged in the construction processes. The first one is the architect, who deals with the function, safety, and aesthetics of the building. Engineers, who deal with the systems and the structure of the building. They are also involved in most of the stages of project development, and their primary responsibilities are assisting the owners in develop the facility program and determining end user needs and requirements, advising the owner regarding the image and character of the facility, and establishing broad design goals, assisting the owner in selecting products to fit the program and the budget, advising the owner on special and aesthetic issues on generating graphic solutions to the problems, and developing the final building plans, construction details, and specifications. These duties are actually more focused on design build type of projects, where the design of the project is done beforehand the construction happens, but this can vary depending on the construction approach. Then we have the construction professionals, who are responsible for all the construction activities. Their job is to interpret the plan and specification and prepare cost estimates and time schedules to meet the requirements of the owner. Determine and implement the best construction practices, means, and methods to satisfy the owner's requirement for time, cost, and quality. And oversee and manage all the construction operations into a single, safe coordinated effort. This again is focused only on the construction professionals that are putting their efforts during the construction stage of the project, but there might be overlapping responsibilities in other design construction approaches, such as design build. So construction professionals also have to advise the owner into the design process, but that's gonna be a lesson for another week. There are also secondary players, and within these there are players at different levels. The first levels include subcontractors, material supplies, and equipment vendors, and these players directly influence the outcome of the project. And these players have typically contractual connections with either the construction professional or the design professionals. Secondary players include insurance companies, utility companies, bonding companies, building code officials, zoning laborers, unions, and manufacturers. These players actually affect the performance of the other players directly, but these players have no contractual connection or obligation to any of the three primary parties. Then we have the third level players, and this includes the courts and attorneys, local government, state and federal government, trade association, education and training, bankers, and others. These players does influence the cost of the project on a regular basis, but these players are affecting the project at a higher level. The construction industry has been considered to be unhealthy, wasteful, and unsustainable in previous times. However, the industry is transitioning to try to address those issues, and construction is becoming be more concerned about health and safety of the workers and the end product. Waste is trying to be minimized through lean principles, and sustainable and construction is actually a pillar for sustainable development. Besides that, workforce have more opportunities than ever, so a focus has been done to develop like the workforce that we already have, and actually offer a variety of job opportunities for future generations as well. Besides that, there have been technological advancements, so construction actually becomes more modernized through multiple techniques. The construction industry also is sustained by multiple organizations that keep up with the values of good practices. And for example, here we have the Associated General of Contractors, the National Association of Home Builders, the Associated Building Constructor and Construction Management Association of America. The industry image is that previously in late 70s or 80% of the world's construction was built in the US, but since 1997 that switched, and now 80% of the world's construction is occurring outside the US. Besides that, the image of the industry is supported by magazines and online websites such as the Engineering News Report, which is the only weekly construction magazine that reaches a global audience. I mentioned about efficiency before, and this is actually just a little bit about an overview about what we are trying to reduce defects, lead time, so cost, inventory, so improvements can be done for productivity, customer satisfaction, capacity, quality, and profit. So this is application of lean principles, which come from the manufacturing industry, but apply to the construction industry to eliminate waste and better managing our resources. Besides that, sustainability is being also a big concern. There are organizations that have added like market-driven building rating systems in order to improve and measure the sustainability goals that an infrastructure project is undertaking. And here we have one example. There are many more than these ones. So they use green building concept with the LEED rating system is actually well renowned, but there are other ones like Bree and more well. Well, this actually leads us that the opportunities that are arising in the industry. Just here have some data about the U.S. labor statistics, mentioning that it is projected that construction managers will grow at a rate of around 10% between 2016 and 2028, which is a percentage larger than the average of other occupations. Besides that, the industry also has a high number of people who are self-employed, so the opportunities are there also for entrepreneurship. The career opportunities also have some relationship with the education of the construction workers, and for that there are multiple paths. The ideal construction management candidate actually is a individual who has a bachelor degree or higher in construction management, construction engineering, or construction science. But there are other paths for skilled workers through apprenticeships and getting experience in the field. In case you are interested, there are also affiliations that individuals can do to demonstrate the construction management skills. Here is an example from the American Institute of Constructors. You can get the Certified Professional Constructor, the CPC certification, or Associate Construction certification from this organization. The Construction Management Association of America also provide a certificate of Certified Construction Manager that it's also well renowned for construction management professionals. That is the lesson for this week. Please be sure to check on Canvas and contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.